On this week's edition of the Left Bench TV, potential pro Terps show off their skills.
Walk-offs and a sweep, a good weekend for baseball and softball.
And a freshman making the difference for Maryland women's lacrosse. The Left Bench TV starts now.
From the baseball diamond to the lacrosse field, Maryland had a great weekend in sports. Welcome to this edition of the Left Bench TV. I'm Rachel Hirschheimer.
And I'm Jack Schemmel. It was a sport in the off-season, though, that brought buzz to College Park. It has been 9 years since a Terp was taken in the first round of the NFL draft. That player was wide receiver Darius Hayward-Bay. This year, one Terp has a chance to go in the first round and had his last shot and impressing NFL scouts last Wednesday at Maryland's Pro Day. Our Noah Gross was there with the coverage.
Time to move on from College Park to the NFL for the Terps taking part in the 2018 Maryland Pro Day at Cole Fieldhouse. All eyes, though, were on projected first-round pick DJ Moore.
I mean, this tape speaks for itself right now, so, just coming out here and going through the private workouts and just showing that I work hard. People could tell you that I work hard, but they actually got to see it.
Moore was one of two Maryland players to participate in the 2018 Scouting Combine, the other defensive back, J.C. Jackson.
Man, I'm just a different breed. I feel like I'm the best. It's about that mentality. No matter how big, fast you is, you got to have that mentality. You got to have that dog mentality.
The draft process can be stressful for prospects, but things were kept pretty light at the Combine with some interesting questions.
If I would rather be a cat or a dog, one team told me to do the ABCs and 1, 2, 3s together, so A1, B2, all the way down. I ain't do too well on that, so got some work to do.
And one Terp went pro last year, but due to injuries, Wednesday was his real pro day.
It's been difficult, but if you want it bad, you got to go and get it. So it's just been grind mode for me. I just got to have my head down and just keep pushing, until I can get another shot.
Family, friends, and teammates were in attendance, but perhaps nobody has helped these Terps more than each other.
He made me who I am today, man. We made each other better every day in practice. Me and DJ going at it. I call him out, he'll call me out, and we'll compete.
16 Terrapins participated in the Maryland Pro Day, going through drills like the 40-yard dash, broad jump, and 3-cone drill. And a lot of players impressed, but most praise is on DJ Moore.
On the inside, I feel great. But on the outside, you still got to be humble and continue to work hard on and off the field just to get better at your craft.
For Moore and the rest of these former Terps, in 1 month, their whole lives will change. For the Left Bench TV, I'm Noah Gross.
The 2018 NFL Draft starts April 26th in Arlington, Texas. ESPN's draft expert Mel Kiper has DJ Moore ranked as the number 23 player in the class.
And while football players get ready for the NFL draft, one Maryland basketball player is hoping to be drafted to the NBA. Morgan Weaver has the latest. Morgan?
That's right, Rachel. Justin Jackson has declared for the NBA draft, and he's not the only one leaving the team. A disappointing year for Maryland basketball. No trip to the postseason. Now one of the Terps' best players is off to the NBA. Justin Jackson announced last week that he's declaring for the NBA draft. Jackson tested the NBA waters last year without hiring an agent in return for his sophomore season. There were high expectations for Jackson this year. Named preseason All-Big Ten, Jackson missed most of the season with a torn labrum. In 11 games, he averaged just under 10 points and 8 rebounds per game. The Terps will also be losing a key piece off of the bench. Dion Wiley has been on the Terps team for the past 4 seasons. He's dealt with injuries at times, but he's contributed important minutes off of the bench. The redshirt junior guard will be graduating in May and transferring to a different school. In his time at Maryland, Wiley played on 3 teams that made the NCAA tournament. Appearing in 83 games, Wiley's best year was this year. He averaged a career-high 5.8 points per game and shot just under 42% from the field. Jackson is currently ranked the 41st overall prospect by ESPN. Also, Wiley is considering Clemson and South Alabama. That report from the Diamondback. From the newsroom, I'm Morgan Weaver. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Morgan. The Maryland baseball team opened up Big Ten play this weekend in College Park against Northwestern. In Game 1, Northwestern got ahead early and didn't look back. The Wildcats scored 3 runs in the top of the second, the first coming on this safety squeeze. The Terps only manufactured 4 hits and fell 4-0. In Game 2 Saturday, Northwestern once again got off to a quick start. Top of the first, Jack Clays with this 3-run jack over the center field wall. Bottom of the second, Maryland's Will Watson got in the action with a solo tank to left center. The game found its way to extras. Bottom 10, bases loaded, and Taylor Wright doesn't even have to take the bat off his shoulder. Terps walk it off on a 4-pitch walk. Sunday, Game 3, Nick Dunn leads off the bottom of the first with a bang. First pitch, see you later. Fast forward to the bottom of the 8th, Northwestern up 3-2. Kevin Biondic hits this 2-run homer that puts the Terps in front. But Biondic wasn't done. After the Wildcats load the bases in the 9th, Biondic comes in to close it out. Throws one pitch, and Watson makes a sliding grab and left to preserve the victory. Biondic pumped. Terps take the series. Maryland will welcome William and Mary Tuesday before hosting Illinois for a weekend series.
The Maryland softball team also began Big Ten play this weekend, hosting Iowa in a 3-game series. First game, fans got free softball when the game went into extra innings. Terps having a little fun with their rally visors. Sophomore Anna Kofta helped the Terps secure the victory in the bottom of the 11th, laying down a bunt, moving runners to second and third. Bridget Norberg's single drove in the winning run. Terps take the W Friday 2-1. Game 2, Nordberg maintained her momentum going into Saturday's game, getting it through the gap, bringing in the second run of the game. Hawkeyes trying to come back with Mallory Killian's deep home run over the left field wall, cutting the Terps' lead in half. But the Hawaii native Sky Elazar shoots one into right field, driving in 2 more runs. Terps grab another win from the Hawkeyes. In the final matchup of the weekend, Maryland's solid defense came in handy, allowing for Sydney Golden to throw a complete game shutout. The solo run for the Terps came from Elazar's homer off Allison Ducey over the scoreboard. She was 5 for 12 on the weekend. The Terps will be bringing their momentum to Champaign for a 3-game series against Illinois next weekend.
The second-ranked men's and women's lacrosse teams were in action Saturday as they traveled to Ann Arbor to open up Big Ten play against Michigan. Bubba Fairman and Logan Wisnauskas both netted hat tricks as the men's teams walloped Michigan 13-5. The women's team saw similar success. Megan Whittle put 5 in the net, and Brittany Griffin added 4 goals to lead the Terps to a 16-9 victory. Earlier last week, Maryland crushed local rival Georgetown 17-5.
There are plenty of stars on the Maryland women's lacrosse team, and it seems like there's another one breaking out almost every game. This one is a freshman. Kevin Brown has the story.
On a team with such offensive talent, with players like Megan Whittle, Caroline Steele, and Jen Giles, the Maryland women's lacrosse program always seems to have a freshman star break through. Last season, it was Callie Hartshorn. This season, Grace Griffin has climbed the scouting report with 8 goals in her last 3 games, but not without the guidance of her upperclassmen.
I mean, I think she gets it from everyone. She gets it from Megan Whittle. I mean, she was a starter her freshman year, Caroline Steele, everyone. So, I mean, she has everyone's support.
When they have confidence in me, then that builds my confidence personally, and I think that when they are so excited for when I do well, that like really is an amazing feeling. And like they kind of tell you like don't play like a freshman, like you're here for a reason, and that's like a really big booster, and then it makes you feel a lot more comfortable playing.
Just 11 games into her blossoming career, Griffin still has a lot to show.
Well, I think part of so Grace is awesome, and I think the really cool thing is we're going to get to continue to see that and how good she can be as she continues to grow. And as she started out this season, you know, she came right in. She's very athletic. She's got great game sense. She really adjusted to the college game quickly, and now we're starting to see her build confidence.
Reporting for the Left Bench TV, I'm Kevin Brown.
Now time for my favorite segment, Top 5 Plays.
Well, let's get this show on the road, starting with number 5. At the Field Hockey and Lacrosse Complex, freshman Grace Griffin helping the Terps get on the board early, breaking through the Georgetown defense to make it in the back of the net.
Number 4, midfielder Jen Giles making it look easy, weaving her way through the Georgetown defense and puts it in the back of the cage.
On the softball field at number 3, Sydney Golden, dominant on the mound Sunday. In the 13 innings she pitched, the junior shut out the Hawkeyes, striking out 9, and check this out. She maintained the shutout with this ground out single right to her. Job well done.
To the diamond for number 2. Nick Dunn lays out to make the play on the Willie Bourbon line drive, taking away a sure base hit.
The number 1 play of the week was on the diamond. Maryland down 1 in the bottom of the 8th, but luckily for the Terps, it was senior Kevin Biondic to save the day with this moonshot over the center field wall, giving Maryland the lead over Northwestern.
And our player of the week is none other than Kevin Biondic. The senior's go-ahead dinger and save on the bump Sunday propelled the Terps to a series victory over Northwestern. Exciting news to end the season for Maryland wrestling. Heavyweight Yusuf Hamida became Maryland's 20th All-American in program history, and first All-American since Maryland moved to the Big Ten. The junior tallied 30 wins this season and finished 8th in the national championships in March.
The Maryland gymnastics team has been solid all season. They've earned their spot in this year's NCAA championships. They'll be competing in Raleigh, North Carolina this coming weekend. This is the 8th regional selection for the Terps since 2015. Their coach, Brett Nelligan, was named Big Ten Coach of the Year over the weekend. The Maryland women's basketball team suffered an early exit in the NCAA tournament. Our Zach Solon takes a look back at the team's season and also a look ahead.
10 close teammates, 1 commanding coach, and another impressive season. The Maryland women's basketball team finished with a 26-8 record and saw their season come to an end with a second-round loss to NC State in the NCAA tournament. Although they missed out on the Big Ten title for the first time since joining the conference, the team overcame a short roster and mid-season injuries to earn their 8th straight tournament bid.
Our energy as a team was sensational. I thought we got back to really playing overall Maryland basketball. When you talk about, being aggressive, defending, rebounding, getting out in transition.
Despite a small roster, the shortage of players did not equal a shortage of talent.
For us, it's really never about the number. It's about playing, the level we know we can play at.
So many weapons on this team that we can do a lot of exciting things.
While seniors Aisha Small and Kristen Confroy will be leaving the team, the future remains bright with the Terps bringing in another top 10 recruiting class, including McDonald's All-American Shakira Austin. Even though the Terps were unable to cut down the nets this year, they put together a model season and remained in the top 25 throughout.
Keep, learning different things about ourselves, and with so many, new players playing significant roles, I thought we did a nice job trying to improve to get better.
And now, it's time to get better. For the Left Bench TV, I'm Zach Solon.
Next season, the Terps will look to make it past the Sweet 16 and back to the Final Four for the first time since 2016.
Looking backwards now, old names in the men's basketball program are making headlines. Former Maryland basketball head coach Lefty Driesell was named to the 2018 class of the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. Driesell won 348 games in 17 seasons at Maryland. Len Bias and Walt Williams, 2 Maryland basketball greats, were named to the DC Sports Hall of Fame. Bias set 15 school records at Maryland and was drafted 2nd overall in the 1986 draft. Williams averaged just under 27 points per game his senior year, a Maryland school record, and was named an All-American.
To close out the show, we welcome back Juan Herrera to bring us one final thought. Take it away, Juan.
Thanks. With the NBA regular season almost over and the playoffs on the way, I thought it would be a great idea to highlight the only 2 former Terps playing in the NBA today. First up is Alex Len, who currently plays for the Phoenix Suns as a center. Although the Suns have struggled all season, Len has been a bright spot off the bench, averaging 8 points and 7 assists. Len is a strong rebounder and easily one of the better backup centers in the league. Next up is Jake Layman, the man with the best hair in the NBA, who's had a quiet season with the Portland Trail Blazers this year. The small forward has had limited minutes, but he's shown that he can get hot from behind the arc when he plays. With the Blazers sitting in 3rd place in the West, Layman could potentially see more minutes in the playoffs. There aren't too many Terps in the NBA right now, so let's hope that changes pretty soon.
Juan, I think Justin Jackson has what it takes to change things at the next level.
Right, I think he can be a difference maker almost anywhere.
The Terps need some excitement. Let's see if Layman can do something for his team. Well, that will do it for us at the Left Bench TV. I'm Rachel Hirschheimer.
And I'm Jack Schemmel. Thanks for watching. Make sure to keep up with all of our coverage on Facebook and Twitter at The Left Bench.